Uncle Rise wants you. Rise top. Very solid pick. Haven't seen that in a very long time. He is going up against a Teemo top, but the Teemo top is actually running Comet over Aerie, which is a very interesting choice to say the least. It's going to be Trundle jungle against Lee Sin, Talon versus Ahri mid, Ashe, Nami lane, laying down all the slows in the world against Aphelios Thresh. Aphelios Thresh definitely has the kill pressure here. Nami is so squishy if she ever gets hooked. Pretty ill-advised actually to run Ashe Nami into Aphelios Thresh. For the most part, Aphelios Thresh doesn't really care that much if Ashe Nami tries to go on them. They can actually just all in level 2 and kill off the lane. It's a very dangerous proposition for Ashe to play into that to this combination of laners. We'll see how this game plays out. It could also be, it's always exciting to watch Aphelios gameplay. Even if it seems like everybody just hates him, it's very satisfying to watch an Aphelios pull off weapon combos when it actually goes right. When it goes wrong, it looks spectacularly awful. It's very easy for Aphelios just to accidentally output absolutely no damage in a team fight by swapping weapons at the wrong time, or just shooting when he's not supposed to, or just whiffing shots. But when Aphelios goes right, oh boy, he is crushingly powerful and very flashy to watch. So it's always exciting for me to observe an Aphelios at work. So we're gonna see how this game plays out. It's gonna be a pretty standard start. No cheeses, no invades, no early aggression. Teemo is hiding very far back in the tri-brush. I don't think anyone will be invading that path, so I don't think he has anything to worry about. But Riot's just going to camp out in his lane. The classic Sapphire Crystal refill potion starts. For the most part, Riot doesn't really care that much that Teemo is his lane opponent. In fact, he kind of wants this matchup. The blind doesn't really help him, and once he gets like very cheap items, Flux will start to do wonders on the wave, and all Teemo can do is just eat the AoE damage. Talon though off to a very good start in this lane. Showing back Ahri was a good rake, as well as crashing the wave into the tower. That's going to force Ahri to miss a lot. And the Aphelios gun coming in, sniper first as usual, and the trade is starting. It is actually in the Aphelios' best interest to start last hitting with pistol. As soon as you hit level 2, you can go for early aggression, and you actually want to hold the sniper for a little while, because you want the sniper to be cannon combo with the cannon, especially in this lane matchup. Getting some long range snares can set up for Thresh very, very nicely. He does hit level 2. I think he did that sentence. The animation started, but nothing came of it. The sniper shot being loaded onto the Nami. I disagree with the decision to start shooting with sniper now. By depleting your pistol first, you can do sniper cannon, and you want to save ammo for sniper cannon. The catches you can set up with that will help you set up some kills. And Nami walks up a little bit too far, and the Aphelios Q finds her kill onto the sushi. They will eat well tonight, but Thresh will be the one to get the kill, filleting the fish. And alright, basically doesn't care that Teemo exists. The Flux will do wonders to clear that wave out. Ashe coming in to last hit as much as she is able. But Nami has the curse with all other enchanter supports. If you die once in lane, you come back, you're so squishy, you just become free food until basically team fight starts and everyone else is busy hitting at other people, and you can start getting some more income. Once you fall behind as an enchanter support in lane, you are extremely killable. The blind does go down, but Rise doesn't really care for that. He does handily lose that trade just by not having his correct seal rotation. But Teemo, blind is not up yet. No, just kidding, it is. Wow, that's a short cooldown. And here comes the Trundle counter gank. Oh, flashes being blown left and right. Teemo blows both of the summoners, but he doesn't get a kill. Rise does want to stay, but why? He has almost no mana. Talon being traded out by the Ahri. He is an entire CS waves ahead of her. If Ahri gets consistently shoved in, that is going to be bad news. Talon can start making map plays all over the game. The parkour, not a joke in how fast it can get to other lanes. His roam speed is simply unmatched, and if Ahri cannot find a way to shove out against him, she will doom the rest of her team to his constant invades, constant skirmishes, constant ganks. So we'll see what she can do. Warp of Deception actually does kill the wave pretty quickly, but Talon just rakes it in return. All Ahri has to do is try to push out and not die. Talon has pretty low kill pressure onto Ahri alone, but once he gets going, once he starts roaming, that's when it starts to get terrifying. Talon's not level 6 yet, Ahri shouldn't be afraid of dying. But here comes a blind once again, but Teemo is actually so low. The Rune Prison lands a slow, and the Flux Spread kills him off with the Overload. Ryze going back for a Tear of the Goddess, and that's all he needs to start taking over this lane. He has the base damage to kill her, to kill off the Tito. And now Trundle trying for a cheeky Drake, but Lee Sin will spot him with a ward. He kills the Blast Plant and hops over, but immediately regrets that decision. The Wally clips Aphelios on the edge. Aphelios gets bubbled on the edge. Thresh has no lantern, so Aphelios has to use his own flash. Ignite is taking down him. He is falling very low. Talon has made his way down here as well. Ahri still trying to shove out. Even Teemo is starting to make a rotation towards this Dragon Pit. It does look like this will be the Drake take. Aphelios has to back. He is far too low. He can't contest this. And now 5-man strong, actually Talon recalled, but 4-man strong. Teemo coming down here to get a share of this Drake. He spits 3 darts into Dragon's face and just walks away, which, you know, is an excellent use of a top laner's time. Just amazing. Amazing distribution. Aphelios has actually drained his sniper first. He's holding onto the pistol for lane sustain, which means that his next combination will still be Cannon Flamethrower, but it's going to be reached with a slightly different order. What ramifications does this have? It means that Chakram will rotate onto the sniper before it rotates onto the pistol. Pistol Chakram is one of the deadliest 1v1 combos that the Aphelios can pull off. Even deadlier than Sniper Chakram, because Pistol Chakram just fires so much faster. Now, since the latest patch, Aphelios does now have a max cap to the range that he can proc the mark, which means that Sniper Chakram definitely isn't as good as it used to be. But 1800 is still a pretty long range. He just can't get kills across half the lane anymore, which makes the sentry turret holding the sniper rifle significantly less effective at zoning, because he typically is very far away. Talon walks over the wall. He pops his ultimate, but Lee Sin sees him, but he cannot take that damage. Teemo will get the blind shot and kill him off, but there's no CC to stop this Realm Warp. Ryze makes it out safe, but Lee Sin does not. Talon's gank finds 1 assist and not much else. Another Shu Mo break, killing off the cannon. Flux gets spread, Teemo gets rooted up. The blind stopping the Ryze from applying auto damage, and the mushroom turns the trade in Teemo's favor. Ryze is building blue mana items, including 2 crystals. Count them 2. What is he going to do from here? He is going to try to push Teemo out as much as he can, holding now a very healthy CS lead as he ought to do. Chakram running dangerously low on ammo, so he's actually going to opt to drain that first, move on to Sniper Flamethrower. Very interesting decision. Sniper Flamethrower can make chunks, and it can definitely succeed in getting very long range AoE kills. However, level 5 Aphelios will probably struggle with that a little bit more. Chakram is incredibly valuable as just a tower killing and close range killing tool, which is feasible given the fact that his lane partner is Thresh. It is definitely a weapon worth holding on to. Choosing to drain it might actually decrease his killing power in this lane. And now Ashe has actually pulled ahead to a CS lead. Choosing to CS with the Chakram, which I can understand. You don't actually want to push this wave out too much. Oh, just kidding. You do want to push this wave out too much. And now the Chakram gets depleted. Sniper is the next weapon in queue. Trundle picks up Rip Herald. Lee Sin forced to scurry back into his own jungle to clear away his second set of buffs. Now Trundle comes in for the gank. Spirit Rush immediately gets popped. Ahri wants to get away from this gank as fast as possible. Trundle does not pop the subjugation just yet, but Lee Sin comes in. He's level 5! What is he thinking? And now the Ignite will be enough to finish off the Trundle. Foxfire claims that kill. The Charm lands onto the Talon, but Lee Sin drops first. Ahri does get the double buff transfer. And now she is strong enough to come back in and fight. Talon still waiting on his cooldown rotations. Ahri flashes in for a kill, but the Charm whips to the side. She's applying red buff, but that's not enough. The Rake takes the counter kill. Ahri getting a little bit too greedy for her own good, and they will lose that 2v2. Talon coming out ahead with double buffs. She has completed GLP off this death, but Talon now with double buffs is going to recall pickup items, and he can easily start roaming around the rest of the map. What is the call here for the rest of red team? It does seem like Herald has been summoned. They want these plates. Ahri still in base. She's so far away from home. She actually stayed in base waiting for corrupting potion. Not a boot. What is wrong with you? And now the Herald starts swiping away. Blue team will dip, but not before taking 3 plates away in the blink of an eye. I've never seen anybody buy Corrupting Pot over boost and refill 10 minutes into a game. That little amount of damage is just not worth losing boosts of all things. And now Rise triggers mushroom numbers. I lost count. He is very fed. He's actually got the CS lead, and he has a solo kill to his name under Teemo, and now a single solo tower plate. He is on his way to scaling up and being a terrifying team fighting threat. But will the rest of his team fall on his face before he can get there? Red team actually does have a gold lead. Advantages accrued from the bot lane and the top lane alone. The jungle difference is coming out strong. Ahri is also not entirely doing well against the Talon either. Now Talon finds his way onto Lee Sin. Rake damage goes down. He doesn't proc his passive, so there's no bleed damage. He will walk away. But the double buffs making dents in Lee Sin. He's just not having a good time this game. The Foxfire coming in. Orb Deception will not find the mark, but it does clear the mini wave. Meanwhile, top lane, we got a kill happening. It is actually a trade. The kill seems like the result of a dive. Rise will die, but that is much more of a high value kill given to Teemo than it is to Rise. Rise dying there might have set him back significantly. Blue team claims Infernal Drake as their second dragon, and now the game transforms into Mountain Rift. Unfortunately for both teams, it is not the Cloud Rift, which both teams would really want. Have you ever seen a Teemo with a few Cloud Drakes on his back? His shroom count just doesn't go down. And now Ahri, the charm will whiff. Well, not the charm, the Orb of Deception will whiff. But she is slowly pushing Talon in. The more she pushes Talon in, the harder it is for the Talon to start roaming out. Now Rise getting some alone time with the tower, but not before Enchanted Crystal Arrow nails him from all the way inside blue base. He is going to immediately pop the Realm Orb and get out, not trying to fight the Teemo at all. He has Archangels complete, but he did take a solid chunk of damage there, so now he has to go and recoup. Let's check his rune setup. He does indeed have Conquer, Taste of Blood, and Ravenous Hunter as expected. So he does have the innate sustain to stay in this lane, and he's continually doling out spells, which is helping him heal up. Unfortunately, Ravenous Hunter, not entirely fully stacked. It's got 1 stack of Ravenous Hunter, so it's not as much sustain as he wants. But the charm lands on Talon. Ahri is getting pincer. She has 1 more charge of Spirit Rush. Where is she going to use it? Seems like she will try to use it here, but she dashes the wrong way. Ignite is taking on the Talon. Will it finish him off? The answer is yes, it will. The cannon lands on Ashe, snaring her from long range. Lee Sin lands a Sonic Wave, following up with Dragon's Rage, killing off the Ashe, but he gets bubbled and killed under the tower. Nami picks up a counter kill, and red team walks away taking a 1-for-1. A lot of 1-for-1 trades coming out. Now the siege continues. Walking up as a Chakram under Nami is a very terrible idea, honestly. You're taking so much free damage for that plate, but he does get the plate. Although I wouldn't never recommend walking up to a tower point blank unless when there's someone guarding it. If you're alone, absolutely go for it. But here comes the Trundle. Predator is popped. He wants this kill. The Flux spreads on the Teemo, but there's not enough damage. His health bar is dropping so fast. Trundle will just smack him down. That is a massive troll walking back into his jungle. Literally and figuratively massive. Ahri is still clearing out the mid wave. All she has to do is keep this Talon pinned down. And so far, she's doing a decent job at it. Talon has not made any significant roams. But here comes Trundle. He tries to take away the red buff. He is not successful. And now he will walk away. Ahri does find the charm from over the wall. But Word of Deception does not get the true damage portion off. The word wars have begun. And she will clear, both sides will clear out vision and leave a pink word behind. Oh, Ahri just missing like 1 AP or something to kill off that backline, but she will not get it. Now, the sniper cannon combo has come up for the Aphelios. If I'm not mistaken, his next weapon is either flamethrower or pistol. I believe it should be the pistol next. I haven't been watching him closely, but I can probably roughly guess what his weapon rotation looks like at this moment in time. But Teemo making his way to mid lane. He's had enough of top. He's going to give Ryze some free farm and he's just going to walk mid. Talon stabbing away at the pink ward. He is going to kill Koma. Koma. How do you actually pronounce his name? I've only actually written it down. And now Teemo walking up. He does get snared by the Rune Prison, losing about a third of his life. But Talon has also roamed his way up. Ahri following close behind, but Ahri can't roam as fast as Talon. But she will jump in regardless. Talon pops his own ultimate, immediately scaring off the Ahri. The Flux spreads, and the spread is enough to kill off the Teemo. There's a Shroom very close by. Ryze does in fact trip it. Sonic Wave Resonating Strike comes out on the Lee Sin, but he's running out of damage. Realm Worm comes in. Ryze is setting up for the pincer, the Flux, and the Overload, setting up the kill. Talon tries to chase Ahri, but he doesn't get one in return. Red team soaring ahead, 2 kills to 0 for in that skirmish, killing off the top laner and the jungler. The mushroom gets tripped once again, but right now it's more of an annoyance than anything else really. Ryze is going to go around clearing the wave top, fluxing it away. His CS lead is gigantic, compared to the Teemo. Now Drake, this will be red team's first Drake and they will turn off the ward. However, assistance is coming from blue team. It will be a suicide dive if Talon tries to jump in. Hawkshot provides the vision, undispellable vision coming in. Tidal wave dissuading the push. Here comes Talon. He doesn't get the steal. The smite will take it away. Shadow Assault killing off the Lee Sin. And now Teemo in the middle of the fray. He will set up a blind on the Aphelios, driving everybody back. They will throw 2 bodies behind the rest of the team, hurrying in retreat. But now if Talon has something to say about it, he finds the Ahri. Ahri blows Panic Flash. He's going to walk again into the wall. The charm whiffs, and now Talon has to find his way out. He jumped over the space gate. He can't jump back out of it. Talon will also kill Aphelios with his combo. Beautiful exchange. Very worthwhile dive coming out from the Talon. And that is going to be Dragon. But 4 kills given over to blue team. A monumentally expensive dragon that red team has paid for in blood. Talon soaring ahead now. 6-2-2 is his KDA. He's going to go back and pick up his Edge of Night, which will all give him protection against the Ahri charm, making him nigh unkillable against her. Now Trundle gets discovered doing the Rift Herald, but Ryze has found him. The Flux and Overload will try to scare him off, but this thing is in smite range. It does get taken away by the Trundle. The Ryze Overload does not quite kill it in time. Ryze flashes forward, kills off the AD carry, but now Trundle pops Frozen Domain, gets the speed buff, and runs away. Thresh lanterning over the wall for vision, does not find the Trundle, but will kill off 2 vision wards. However, blue team making off like a bandit, already securing their objective. They have gotten the Rift Herald and they have walked away with it, losing only the AD carry that really nobody cares about. She's been pretty invisible. Lee Sin is going to try for a steal onto the blue. The Talon is here, but he's being snared up by the Ryze. Ryze is outputting a lot onto him. He needs to be very careful. That Flux damage is not a joke. Overload gets scared off. Tidal Wave knocks up the Ryze. Ryze gets killed off by the Rake, but Lee Sin comes in. He's going to try to finish the kill on Talon. He does flash forward, but he committed his flash. He doesn't have safeguard. He doesn't have a ward. He can't really jump out. Thresh is on the other side of the wall. But is there a safeguard? There is no safeguard. He gets bitten. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow just barely whiffs Ahri. Ahri Spirit rushes back and grabs the lantern, gets herself out of safety. 2 kills to 1, but they do get a critical shutdown onto Talon. Talon, however, has completed Edge of Night. He now has a bubble around him that is very, very annoying to pop.
Question for you.
Yes.
If I use ulti with my sniper,
Yes.
and I have flamethrower backhand, does that do the same as just ulti with my flamethrower?
No.
Why not?
Your sniper leaves the mark behind that you have to click on.
Yeah, so if I ulti with my sniper on,
Right.
it would mark everyone, and I have to switch weapon to flamethrower and fucking flamethrower their ass, right?
Oh, you don't have to switch, but like the thing with sniper marks is you can only proc 1 mark. Once you proc 1, the rest goes away.
Oh, okay. They don't
And also, flamethrower, when you auto flamethrower, it actually explodes into a cone that spreads with 8 flames instead of like the typical 3 flame fan. Which is why it's amazing. Yeah, because ulting with flamethrower, the flames explode in a circle AoE instead of a cone. Also, I'm commentating your game. Why are you in my commentary as I'm playing it?
Bye.
The intruders! This is live coaching.
It is, yes.
Yes, I'm coaching you how to play Aphelios from 3 minutes in the past. There we go. I will disconnect to continue. Good luck. Alright, with that disconnected, we're back to the coaching session / commentary session. We're back to this game now, 21 minutes in, red team holding a solid gold lead. Blue team is setting up 3-man strong on the bot lane. Ahri grabs her own blue buff. She is going the standard GLP Twin Shadows build route, SS with Glacial Augment. It's nowadays the standard build on Neeko. Not so much on, well, not really so much on most other ADs, most other AP carries. Other AP carries typically have another build they default to, but with Neeko, she actually just runs this build and nothing else. Her standard AP build isn't as strong as it should be. But with GLP and Twin Shadows and the rest of her kit landing incredibly valuable slows, she can actually output so much and lock down people and just win team fights by being extremely annoying. Which is, you know, plays out right on my alley. I approve of this build. I like the GLP Twin Shadows setup. It does kind of fall off in the very late game, but the mid game skirmishes with these 2 items is almost... I'm not going to say impossible, but it's very hard to lose a full 5-on-5 when you have the GLP Twin Shadow setup. The slows are so immense. Nobody really respects it. Just how strong it can be. The Icy Spray is like, 65% decaying slow that leaves an Ice Trail behind. And I believe the Ice Trail stun is actually independent of, whatever tool you use to apply the slow, right? Yeah, so the Glacial Augment Ray is always 60% slow. It's irregardless of how strong your initial slow is. Which means like Twin Shadows can leave trails of 60% slows. These are just mini equalizers that don't do damage. But man, if you can just land like 7 of those in a team fight, your enemies can't move forward and they can't move backwards. The lockdown is pretty insane. Even without proccing a stun, you can just get so many people. I personally really enjoy this build. I think it's amazing. You don't even need stupid amount of bursts to win team fights. Oh, meanwhile, let's go back for like 15 seconds and check out what just happened down there. Directed camera wasn't actually on for that fight. Yo, Ryze is here. He pops the bubble and Talon jumps over. Aphelios cannon finds the mark and the root. Enchanted Crystal Arrow slowing down the Aphelios. Aphelios is so low, but Ryze dies to the Talon damage over time. That is going to be a 1 fight for red team, especially when GLP comes in to assist. She doesn't have Twin Shadow. She uses it earlier to scout, but the rest of the slow might not actually be enough to finish off this kill. Ahri does flash away to save herself, and they will call off this fight. But here comes Trundle. He's on the side. The box stopping his advance. The pillar will also drag red team down. Aphelios gets caught in the bubble. He will be the next victim. Ashe claims that 1 kill. And now the rest of red team on full retreat. They just need to get out of there. We're gonna speed this game back up to real time. Red team going for reset, waiting on their own respawn timers. They're gonna head back into this fight. 24.5 minutes in. This is a dead even game. We have an exciting series here, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to see who makes the critical game-winning play or the critical game-losing mistake. Oh, Nami pops her own Tie Caller's Blessing, landing some slows onto the Thresh. Thresh will flay her back, but this is certainly a support battle. Talon walks in to crash the party, and that is going to be the end of that fight. They're gonna call it from here, and both will go home, leaving nothing but a few scars. No bodies. Aphelios, cannon up and strong, going to pump out some damage onto the waves. Blue team is now 5-man strong. Red team leaving 4 at mid, well, around mid at least, and Ryze is split pushing the bottom, being the incredible split pushing threat that he is known for. He is now threatening the tower directly, but here comes Enchanted Crystal Arrow landing on his back. Shadow Assault comes in, but Ryze is so tanky. There's no CC left. Teemo flashes forward, but he doesn't get anything. He doesn't have a stun to cancel Realm Warp, so Ryze walks away scot-free. Red team winning that split push battle. Basically, blue team commits 2 ultimates and a flash and doesn't get anything out of it. Ryze now just has to go back to lane, and because they committed so many member spot that they've lost their vision on the Baron pit as well. So now red team has Baron control. They're not going to start it, but they have control over that side of the map and that river. It's gonna make it hard for blue team to try to walk in and try anything cheeky. Now the rest of the game still being played out a little bit slowly. The pace of this game is actually not entirely favorable for blue team. At some point they have to pull the trigger. At some point they have to make a fight. Aphelios outscales. Ahri doesn't really outscale, but Talon just kind of falls off on his own. Ryze definitely outscales. And Thresh is more useful than an enchanter supporting a falling off team. Trundle can also just always erase the Ryze, but it's gonna get increasingly difficult as Ryze gets stronger and stronger. Ahri does get caught out. Shadow Assault comes in. She is going to be the first victim. Thresh will follow soon after. Talon gets an amazing flank killing too, very easily. And now where is this game headed? And now the game settles back down yet again. 2 kills, but no major objectives being grabbed. Blue team will just secure their Drake, putting them at Drake's soul match point. Soul point, we'll say. And now we have now we're gonna have another fight. Trundle's gonna speed himself up. The pillar slowing down the Aphelios. Aphelios has to try to get out. And now Ryze coming back in for the engage. Entire critical arrow nails onto the Lee Sin, but Nami will die. Realm Warp, offensive Realm Warp coming in, brings 3 people. Oh, Thresh got left out. They're going to land right on top of a mushroom. Aphelios gets chunked to half with a single mushroom. That is some intense AP damage. He is going to opt to stay mid and clear this wave. The Realm Warp fighting no one yet, but Ryze is going to start hitting the Teemo. The Flux damage is immense, and the Overload plus Flux killing off Teemo very, very easily. Teemo picks up his 5th stats of the game. There's no shroom around Baron Pit, and there's also no vision whatsoever. Can they do it here? Can they secure this Baron? Chakram has gone away, and there was a Chakram with no mini Chakrams being built around it. Red team secures Baron buff, and Talon, he's caught alone outside of the pit with a Trundle. He shadow assaults, but he's gonna put himself in a situation where he has to try to use the terrain to get out. Trundle will dip out on his own way. Now Ryze going back for the wave clear. Ashe is going to run away, taking the long way home, but here comes the Trundle. He's caught out on the side. The siege continues. 2 cannons with Baron buff But red team will try to call it off. They're gonna rotate top lane. The minion wave up top lane is being built up. And with this minion wave, they can actually kill the top lane T2. The Nami is here, but she gets hooked, trying to clear that ward. Talon jumps in, Shadow Assault is popped, but he hits no critical members. Enchanted Crystal Arrow lands on the backline, hitting the Aphelios. Lee Sin will be the next victim, and on the front line, Thresh is not doing so hot, neither is Ahri. She doesn't secure the kill on the Teemo, except now the Ignite will take him down. Thresh gets the credit for that kill. The Flux is trying to be spread. He spreads the Flux, but doesn't throw out the Overload. And that is an ace. 1 for 5 team fight off an amazing arrow from Ashe. The 80 carry flank killing off the backline, leaving the front stranded, and the Ryze not being able to output enough onto the core. The Baron buff that red team has picked up just got wiped off the face of the earth. 30 minutes in, this game has settled back into being dead even. What an incredible twist. Ashe coming up huge in that last team fight, nailing the stun onto the Aphelios. Aphelios has responded by picking up Quicksilver Sash, ensuring nothing like that ever happens again. The extra MR will also help him survive just a little bit against the mushrooms, but with Morello's stun and Void Staff coming up soon after, that extra little bit of MR completely mitigated, as if it never existed. Once again, the game settles down to even. This is an extremely even game considering both teams' team compositions. How will this game continue? Remains to be seen. Who will make the play or who will make the game losing mistake? This game can really go either way. Red team, although they are so stronger and they will scale better, blue team not out of it just yet. They will not go quietly into the night. They still have some fight left in them, and damn it, they're going to fight it out. If nothing else, Teemo can also just prolong this game by turning his own base into a minefield. Let's check the sweeper situation. Lee Sin will never buy a sweeper because, you know, Lee Sin. But both teams, their junglers and supports have respectable vision scores. An incredible 98 vision score on the Thresh, just showing you who the true support player is. Denying vision left and right. That hook barely whiffs the Teemo. He just escaped death by a shred, but Aphelios will not. Talon Shadow Assault finds him, and Thresh has been left alone to his own devices. He will die to the blue team 5-man push. Blue man. Ahri tries to return some damage, but Lee Sin is the next victim. 3 for 1 so far, being caught out by the Talon flank. Teemo was kind of AFK in that fight, but it doesn't even matter. The rest of the core had so much damage left in their arsenal. They can still keep going here. Ryze setting up the snare combo. The damage goes down. The Flux spreads out. Overload is not enough to kill. Redemption. Kill. Redemption. I can't talk today. Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry. The redemption coming out to secure some life from both sides. Well, reset their life points. Ryze trying to secure this Drake. He won't even get it. The soul goes over to blue team. And now blue team, somehow the gold lead still perfectly even. This game just refuses to be broken open. Although now blue team has the hidden advantages that you don't see through the gold lead. They have the soul. This entire game lead, the entire goal lead is being pivoted off Ryze's back. He is flame horizoning the Teemo, as he ought to. Ryze is a farming machine. But at some point, you gotta start winning a team fight. No crushing advantages have been accrued yet by either team, but you can't let this continue. At some point, you're gonna have to try to make a move. At some point, you need to break blue team space. or blue team will break your base. They have had blue team has had a stronger death ball so far, but it really shouldn't be that way on paper. Aphelios desperately do need some additional defenses. After finishing Infinity Edge, he does need to I think either go for Phantom Dancer or just abandon the 100% crit and go for Guardian Angel. Just something that can keep you alive against the Talon, because the Talon flank can delete him instantly. QSS is not going to save your life against that. Is it more important to get the 100% crit and rely on the Phantom Dancer shielding to keep you alive, which granted is a huge shield, but Talon can just do that to the most fed member of your team. Riot drops out to almost below half, but he walks over and finds the entire red team. Riot steps on a mushroom and he's taken down. He will die. He doesn't have Zhonya's hourglass ready. That is going to be a 1-for-1. Red team losing their strongest member on the map at the current moment. But they will kill off the Talon. The flanking threat is gone. Their team fighting AoE power is gone. Which is not entirely true. I guess Teemo does contribute a fair bit of AoE in his own right. But it's going to be hard. It's going to be pretty hard for Teemo to actually exert influence in a team fight. He will get blown up instantly by the damage cores on red team. He can't drop some combat shrooms, which is honestly what he should try to start to do. Instead of shrooming up corridors, just save like all 3 mushrooms, and as soon as the team fight breaks down, throw them out there. Nobody in the team fight is going to bother hitting your shrooms, and he's already proven that his mushrooms are like hell. He can definitely turn a team fight just by throwing AoE into a team. It's like a frag grenade, basically. And right now, the frag grenades are being attached to claymores being planted around the map, but to what extent will that stop being effective? But here comes the Talon. He's gonna walk over the wall. The stretch hook breaks the Banshee as well. He gets Dragon Rage back. He's seen in the invisibility. He gets killed off first. The bubble only finds the Ahri. Trundle is locked down in the middle of the team. Lee Sin dies, but Guardian Angels give him a second chance at life. Teemo is the next victim. The team fight is being won across the board. Ash has to try to run away. Lee Sin ward hops forward. Realm Ward coming in to close the retreat route. Nami, the last victim. Clean fight for 0 ace. Don't turn for Baron. End the game. End the game. This was the crushing team fight that red team has been praying for. Losing only the support, which started that team with a critical pop onto Talon's spell shield, allowed him to be caught out by the rest of red team's spells and just gets deleted. All of his power given away in one terrible flank. And that is going to be the end of this game. No respawns possible. This open nexus is not long for the world. And the game ends off one team fight.